Have you ever noticed that the most powerful person in the room is often the quietest? We live in a world that tells us to speak up, be loud, and grab attention. But what if the real secret to power isn't in what you say, but in what you don't say? Welcome back to SpeakFlow. Today we are diving deep into the psychology of silence. And to help us decode this, we have our resident psychology expert with us today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's really great to be here. You opened with a fascinating point. We are actually terrified of silence. In psychology, there is a term for it called Sedatephobia, the fear of silence. We feel this urge to fill every gap in a conversation because silence feels awkward. But high-value people, they love silence. They actually use it as a weapon.
A weapon? That sounds intense. How can simply not doing anything be a weapon?
Think about a high-stakes negotiation, or even an argument with a partner. When you ask someone a tough question and they give you a half answer, what do most people do? They jump in. They rephrase the question. They try to make the other person feel comfortable. But if you just stay silent, maintain eye contact, and say nothing, the pressure shifts. The other person feels a psychological need to fill that void. Usually, that's when they reveal the truth or give you exactly what you want. Silence creates a vacuum, and human nature is desperate to fill it.
That is actually profound. It's like a staring contest, but with words. So basically, by talking less, you control the frame of the conversation.
Exactly. The person who talks the most is often the one trying to prove something. The person who listens and pauses is the one evaluating. It's a status signal. Subconsciously, we view the listener as the judge and the talker as the performer. You want to be the judge, not the entertainer.
I love that distinction, the judge versus the performer. Guys, before we get into the 3-second rule that can instantly make you sound more confident, take a split second right now to hit that subscribe button. If you want to master your communication and flow through life, SpeakFlow is the place to be. And smash that like button if you're enjoying this value. It really helps the channel grow.
Yes, please do. We have some amazing topics lined up for the community.
Okay, so you mentioned the 3-second rule earlier while we were chatting off air. What is that exactly? Is it literally just waiting?
It sounds simple, but it's surprisingly hard to execute. When someone finishes their sentence, count to 3 in your head before you respond. 1, 2, 3. 2 things happen when you do this. First, it shows the other person that you are actually thinking about what they said, not just waiting for your turn to speak. That builds massive respect. Second, and this is the cool part, it removes filler words. You know those ums, ahs, and likes? We use them because our brain is trying to buffer while we think. If you take the 3-second pause, your brain loads the complete sentence. You speak clearly without the stutter. You sound instantly more intelligent.
That makes so much sense. I catch myself saying all the time just to hold the floor. So silence actually makes you more articulate. But let me ask you this. What about social situations? Won't people think I'm weird or aloof if I'm just sitting there quietly?
There is a huge difference between being quiet and being present. A shy person is quiet because they are afraid of being judged. A confident person is quiet because they're comfortable in their own skin. When you are at a party, don't try to be the loudest voice. Instead, ask a deep question and then let the silence work. Lean back, listen. People love to talk about themselves. If you give them the space to do that, they will leave the conversation thinking you are the most interesting person they met, even if you barely spoke.
That is the ultimate hack. Make them feel important and they will associate that feeling with you. So to wrap this up for our listeners, the goal isn't to become a monk and never speak. The goal is to speak with intention.
Spot on. There's an old saying, speak only if it improves upon the silence. If your words aren't adding value, hold them back. Your words are a currency. If you print too much money, the value goes down. If you speak too much, your words lose weight. Scarcity creates value.
Scarcity creates value. What a powerful line to end on. Thank you so much for breaking this down for us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And thank you all for listening to SpeakFlow. Try the 3-second rule today in just one conversation and see how the dynamic changes. We'll catch you in the next episode. Stay silent, stay powerful.